Hi, and welcome to installation of the Loveland Levers on the Fireside Harp here in the Fireside shop up in Connecticut. And you see already that I've installed some of the levers. We're gonna film through showing you how to install a few more. In the meantime, you see basically how they are installed. And before we start with the next one, I want to point out a couple different things. Some of the Fireside harps have these black bridge pins. If you have the black bridge pins, you should have an Allen wrench like this with a little, a hex head and a rounded hex head at the end. That's going to be used for adjusting the height of this pin when you're placing the lever on. That's what the lever is for. If, however, you have a Fireside harp that has these gold pins, there's a different wrench that you'll have also, and that's this wrench. This wrench is going to fit the head of that pin for being able to adjust the height of the bridge pin in relation to the lever that we're going to install. You'll also have in your toolbox from me, you'll have another little Allen wrench with a hex head. This one is used for being able to tighten the screw that actually holds the lever to the wooden frame. So that will be included with it. I'd encourage you, actually, it would be easier if you could clip this off and use it in your drill. But in the meantime, you've got this, and it will work. But what I'm going to show you is with my drill that's been clipped off. So, but these are the tools. So now these are the Loveland levers, and as you see, some of them I've already installed, but I want to talk a little bit more about the lever itself. There are different sizes of the levers, and you can identify the different size of the lever by, it's hard to see, but there's a little number printed, pressed on the black lever next to the screw. You want to make sure that you use the correct number. They'll be on your chart that was sent with the levers, and I've marked the levers that you're using in the number. So you want to make sure that you have them in the right sequence. And this one's a number 4, and we're going to install it on this B string. Now the B string, when you're going to place a lever on it, the B actually needs to be tuned to a B flat open, so that when the lever sharpens it, it will be a B. So we're going to do this B flat, and so the first thing you do when you know that you've got your lever is you're going to pluck the string, and you've got a tuner attached to it, and you're going to tune the string open to as best you can get it on your tuner. Now that's a B flat, and it's right on the center there in my tuner. So that's a B flat when it's open. So now I'm going to take the lever again. This is a number 4, and I'm going to slide it on there. And the first thing I'm going to look at sort of is how high the string is between the pin and the lever. You might have to raise this or lower it, and that's what you would need this wrench for, as I told you earlier. And you use that in the end of the pin to raise it or lower it. It's relatively, in looking at it myself, it's relatively centered. So I'm going to use my other finger, and I'm going to use this pointer on my right hand to hold the pin down, to hold the lever down, and then I'm going to look right down the center of it from above, and I'm going to make sure that the string is coming through the line of the lever just as straight as it can be. You don't want to turn the lever too much to the left or too much to the right. You want to have it come straight through, just that right angles there, straight through, and that's about it. And then when you're pinching it down, you know that the string that we just tuned is a B flat when it's open. So now we're going to pluck the string, and we're going to engage the lever and pluck again. And you're going to look on your tuner to see if that was flat, if it was sharpened the B or left it too flat. So I'm going to do that again. B flat open, and B right in the center, just like right where the lever is now. So if it was too sharp or too flat, you'd have to adjust the lever one way or the other to sharpen or flatten the note. But that one's pretty darn close. So now what I'm going to do, as I'm still holding it down with this finger and still keeping it straight, I'm going to pinch. I'm going to just firmly hold that lever there with my left hand, and I'm going to take my awl, or if you have a pencil, and down in that little plate, in the bottom of the plate that's sitting on the neck of the harp, right in the center of it, you're going to mark a little hole. And after you've marked that hole, you're going to take your lever off, and then I get right over the string and I look straight down and I make sure that that little mark that I just made is like centered right on the string. You know, if it's to the left or to the right, then that's going to place the lever there, and that's just going to, you know, change the angle of it. So it's straight on. Okay, so then the next thing we do is we're going to take the tuning wrench and we're going to loosen the string a little bit, and we're going to move it out of the way to the pin next to it. And now we still have this hole here that we marked, and so we're going to take the drill bit that I sent to you with the set, and I'm going to drill the hole up to the taped area. Then I'm going to change to this wrench, to this hex head, and you clean off that hole, get the debris off. Then you're going to take, you're back to the lever, and you're going to take the screw and you've put a washer on it, so it's like that. And then you're going to fit the screw into that slot, so it should look like that. You should be able to wiggle it back and forth. And now you're going to take your drill and fit it into the hex head. Start it in that hole, and you hold the lever with your left hand, or else it's just going to flop around, and sort of guide with your right hand with the drill. With a loud noise. You don't need to put the lever in real tight, because you're going to be doing some adjusting, but we just put the lever in, and it's in line with the side of the pin. So the next thing, you take the string and you put it back on the bridge pin and tighten it up again. And you tighten it back up to a B flat. Remember, it's B flat when it's open, so that it's a B when it's levered. There's the B flat. Let's see how this goes. That brings it right to a B. Brings it right to the B. So it's just what we wanted. That placement was fine with everything. But if you did have to, if it was too sharp, then you'd use your wrench again, and you'd loosen up the screw, and if it's sharp, you move it towards the pin, and if it's flat, you'd move it the other way to sharpen it. Let's see again here. B flat, B. There we go. So we've installed the first one, this one, and then you can just tighten it. You don't want to tighten it too hard, just enough that it's snug, that it's going to stay there, and then you're just going to move on to the next lever. So just some other fine-tuning advice about the string and the bridge pin is, you know, when you have the lever on, you can pluck that string and you hear how clean it can be. But it's not always that way. Sometimes if the bridge pin is a little too low, I'm going to lower it here, you're going to hear that funny buzz, that tangy buzz. You can get that out of the way by turning the bridge pin counterclockwise, and that's going to raise the string. Sometimes the string is raised too much and you've got to turn it the other way, but this allows you to be able to adjust the height of the string in relation to the lever itself and the pin underneath it. So that's crucial, because you don't want to be frustrated with playing your harp when it buzzes. This is how you adjust the height and the resonance of the pin.